And I'm seeing more and more indications of... Actually, let me explain with a little bit of more detail on this particular topic. So January 6th, if you've been following my work, was the Fedsurrection parliamentary coup. Mike Pence blocked a quorum from taking place at the advice of the sergeants at arms and the attending physician, according to Nancy Pelosi. So they were all in on that. They facilitated that breach, but then the subsequent cover-up could not have happened without control over the Capitol Police Board. So, on January 3rd, when Speaker Pelosi became Speaker in 2021, she had control over the House Sergeant at Arms, and then when he was resigned by her, the subsequent Sergeants at Arms and the subsequent Senate Sergeant at Arms became Karen Gibson on the Senate side. So, for 2021, the Senate Sergeant at Arms was the one that had chairmanship of the Capitol Police Board, which has an outsized influence and role on determining what security footage gets released, right? Law enforcement decisions as it applies to U.S. Capitol Police Chief and who to criminalize. Well, who was that Senate Sergeant at Arms? It was primarily during that year, Karen Gibson, appointed by Chucky Boy Schumer. And then what happens the following year, in 2022? It became the House Sergeant at Arms, which was Nancy Pelosi's House Sergeant at Arms that provided the top cover. And then when Kevin McCarthy came into play, it didn't matter because then the chair of the Capitol Police Board switched back over to the Senate Sergeant at Arms, Karen Gibson. And so now the first opportunity that we have to literally have somebody disclose everything en masse without any sort of censorship, if you will, is January 3rd of 2024. So the response to that is probably going to be the Uniparty either telling Mike Johnson, hey buddy, you're going to continue to slow roll the footage as long as we can maintain control over the Capitol Police Board and the release of the footage, or we're going to vacate you. And the way that's going to look is you're already seeing it. Kevin McCarthy saying he's resigning from his position as a member of the House. Other people are saying that they're going to leave. So right now I think the Republicans have a two-person majority. All it takes is one or two to depart, a motion to vacate to take place, Hakeem Jeffries voted in, or for two Republicans that are not going to seek re-election to go ahead and defend the Uniparty with voting for Hakeem Jeffries or somebody else that will then appoint a new House Sergeant at Arms who will then be the chair of the Capitol Police Board. And there you have it. Everything stops as it relates to J6 footage release. Everything stops as it relates to impeaching Biden, impeaching Mayorkas, impeaching Austin, impeaching Garland and Wray, and holding anybody to account. That's how the Uniparty, all they need to do is bribe two people. So that's what they're likely going to do, in my opinion. And I'm seeing more and more indications of that. That's why it's very important for people to go ahead and get as much access to the J6 footage for release before January 3rd, before they conduct their little internal coup d'etat to continue to cover up the Fedsurrection cover-up. The Fedsurrection parliamentary coup. All right, Team Telegram, it's been a while since I've posted an audio message. This one's very important. Here's my assessment. I think that in some way, shape, or form on January 3rd, instead of handing over the chair of the Capitol Police Board to Mike Johnson's selected House Sergeant at Arms, the Uniparty is going to remove Johnson via a motion to vacate the chair or something similar to that and hand over the gavel to Hakeem Jeffries so that the House Sergeant at Arms, who becomes the chair of the Capitol Police Board on January 3rd, can continue to cover up and stop the exposure of the J6 footage that will prove beyond any doubt the Fedsurrection coup.
Patriarch.
Stay tuned.
What's up,
So
girl?
let me explain with a
Come
little
on
bit
down
more
here to
detail
South Carolina. Take
on
a
this
white boy
particular
down, pick
topic.
up his driver's license. I'm going to
So January
J6
6th,
one way or
if you've
another.
been following my work,
Hell or high water. You
was
can
the
take me if you want
Fedsurrection
to.
parliamentary coup. Mike Pence blocked a quorum from taking place at the advice of the sergeants at arms and the attending physician, according to Nancy Pelosi. So they were all in on that. They facilitated that breach, but then the subsequent cover-up could not have happened without control over the Capitol Police Board. So, on January 3rd, when Speaker Pelosi became Speaker in 2021, she had control over the House Sergeant at Arms, and then when he was resigned by her,
I got
the
nothing else
subsequent
to
Sergeants
do,
at Arms and the
that's what
subsequent
I'm here
Senate
for.
Sergeant at Arms became Karen Gibson on the
It'll be
Senate
warm
side.
in your car. All we're
So,
going to do is ride down
For
there to J6.
2021, the Senate Sergeant at Arms was the
go
one
see if
that
Ashley and his
had
mom will say hello to me or
chairmanship
not.
of the Capitol Police Board, which has an outsized influence and role on determining what security footage gets released, right?
The guys, they tried to
Law
invite me to the
enforcement
crow's nest, but I
decisions
think they were
as
playing
it
with
applies
me.
to
And,
U.S. Capitol
but,
Police
you know,
Chief and who to
realistically,
criminalize. Well, who was that Senate Sergeant at Arms? It was primarily
gas
during
money.
that year, Karen Gibson, appointed by
That's
Chucky
the best
Boy
joke I've heard in
Schumer.
years.
And then what happens the following year, in 2022? It became the House Sergeant at Arms, which was Nancy Pelosi's
Anyways,
House Sergeant at Arms that provided the top
I've already
cover.
played this, so I just got through playing some other stuff. Broke. How you like my new hat? We're gonna make America great again, one way or the other. Don't have to be that guy. It could be any guy. Main fact is that y'all are paying attention to what the hell's going on nowadays. Nowadays, bro, I thought you were rich. I seen your house over there in Virginia. You know, I lived right there in Charlottesville for years and years. On who? Any suggestions on who what? I ain't got no suggestions. As far as I'm concerned, the World Health Organization is already bankrupt. Biden will quit paying and we'll be all right. Suggestions on who? Oh, yeah. Well, I seen the new girl over there, Haley Berry, and you know, the guy out of California, they say he's going to do it. Looks to me like, you know, that Johnson's sitting in the right position to take it over anyways. And of course, if he can make everything pretty, he might take it. But I have no suggestions, no. Me? Long Dong Silver? Hell, I'd do any damn thing if I get some money. I don't know, man. I have no, because it's, you know, there's that one girl, you know, she's coming up, but Haley something. She's the one that checked out, dropped out of Congress a while back. Can't remember what she was. You gonna run for sheriff, Plunkett? I was thinking about going down there to get me a badge and a gun just so I can go back to D.C. You know, I got piles of tickets over in D.C. They got me on impeding a police officer, public intox, some 2 or 3 charges over there at the Pentagon. You know, I went for the bike parade and smoked a joint over there. I guess it was laced with fentanyl. It knocked me out. I felt passed out in the parking lot, so I got all kinds of tickets over there. But I feel, really like I should really go. I really do. I've told some people already I'm not going, but if I can find a way, yeah. The only outlaw I am is the one that they forced me to be in my whole life. I've been on the run my whole life. Marijuana, fucking driving tickets. The mandates, mandatory piss test, mandatory liability insurance. I've been fighting that shit for 60 years or 40 years. I'm only 60 years old, so. I'd like to pirate America if I could. I just don't know exactly how to do it. Pirate America, that's what I want to do. I want to get some of them spoils of war. Where's all the spoils of war at? Yeah? Got any ideas? You know where the spoils of war are at? Later, Puckett. Thanks for saying howdy. Lindsay, reaching out again. I don't know who you are, Lindsay, but if it's some kind of emotional support kind of chat, I don't do that stuff. I got so many girls come in here from Instagram, just like piles and piles and piles. Or then somebody was reaching out over here. Well, I guess I always return anybody's call who calls me, so I'm gonna call Lindsay back right now, and you guys can see what Lindsay has to say. What you got to say, Lindsay? I'm calling you, Lindsay. I don't know who you are, Lindsay. Okay. Here it is, mysterious phone call from Danny. Hey, is this Lindsay?
Thank you for holding. This is Emily Fisk with the Enrollment Center towards the Government Subsidy. How can I help you?
Is this Lindsay?
Hello?
Hey, is this Lindsay?
Alright, so I'm going to disconnect the call now if you don't need any assistance.
I'll have to call you right back.
Because you got the call because you signed up with the rewards program through the marketplace. Because, honey, I can still hear you there.
Okay, this is Smart Care open enrollment for oh, this is open enrollment. Okay, that's Lindsay, and she's trying to give me a yeah. I signed up for the Medicare and the SNAP because I can't get no work. I went to try and go to work and I had another stroke. So I'm gonna have to get food stamps and anything I can. They won't give me shit because they say that I didn't report my taxes, so I don't qualify for any of that 6,000 or whatever it is everybody else getting. I'm out.